Alright, we'll get started by using a box. Okay, and we're going to build a small knife or a sword. I always say we're going to build something, but it always turns out to be something else because sometimes I'll get into a shape and really enjoy what it's kind of looking like, and I'll say, well, now it's a sword. So what I'm going to do here is use the extrude tool. Extrude that out. Okay, just like that. And I'm always using 1 and 3 on the keyboard. So if you look at 1, 3, okay, just to get the overall look of it. So I'm going to insert an edge right here. I'm going to insert an edge here. Okay, and what that did is on the 3, it made it do one of these. Okay, now I'm just going to take this face right here, scale it this way, just until it doesn't collapse on itself. Right here. Okay. Now I'll use the extrude feature here. First select all my geometry under face. Just like that. And what that did is add a nice little bevel to this. I like the bevel. I want to reinforce it a little bit, so in 3, sometimes I'll go in 3 just to kind of say, well, if I insert one more edge loop right here, see what happens? It becomes a lot tighter. And if I move that closer to the other form, it becomes even more tighter. Okay. Same with the other side. There we go. I like this end, but I want the end to be more like a handle. Now certainly you could tweak everything in here. Like I can go into faces. I can scale those faces out a little bit if I wanted to. Better thing to do here is to use the transform component command, because that way you're not scaling in all axes. You're only scaling in the axes that you pull it out from. So in this case, Z. Now on this side, I am looking for what the positive is on this part. So the positive is laying on this side of the street. And why I do that is because what I want to do is make something very unique here. I'm just not sure what yet. Okay, I want to scale that in. Then I want to jump into my top view and lay down a curve. I'll use a curve because I have some control over a curve where I don't have control over how to scale and rotate as much as a curve, because the curve is mathematical. So what I'm going to do is use the extrude feature with a square box. Make sure I just put maybe 4 levels of subdivide in there and extrude it. Okay, and I like this look. Maybe something more tapered. So I undo that, just go back into it very quickly, and choose a new taper point. There we go. Very nice. That's exactly what I want. So what I want to do now is cut this down the center. Just like that. And if I want to make sure that it's got perfect alignment, what I do is scale it, and I scale it negatively, and that makes a very straight line going all the way across the mesh. So I see this is Y and this is Z. That's telling me that I can use the mirror cut command on Y and Z. Again, you should always double check that using the move. So Y and Z, if I cut it, should be on the other side. If I move this out, I'll have this. Okay. Again, Maya has some confusion with the whole understanding of what to do when it reaches a negative point axis. That's what it is doing right now. It's trying to figure that out. What do you want of me? How am I going to make this part? So you have to actually click on it to see if it turned out okay. And in this case, if you see the tip right here, it looks pretty good. But I would want a quad here. So I have to make enough room for that quad to show up. Okay, a little bit too much. So it's very sensitive with the whole mirror cut command, but I do enjoy it so. If I didn't want to use that method, which I'm deciding maybe not to use it, let me show you an alternative way to do that. And it starts by edit, delete by type history, and exporting this as an OBJ. And I'll show you why I do that. So I'm going to export it as an OBJ and pick it up in the next video. Just making sure the OBJ exporter is on. And in the next video, let me show you why I did that.